took a shot, and I made it. People started hating, sneak this and wanna say shit.
Alright, what's up guys? How are you guys doing? I hope that you had a great day, or you're having a great day, one of the two. And let me know how your day's going down in the comments, because I definitely would love to hear it. Just let me know what you guys let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you like the reaction videos or what you think of them. Just let me know down in the comments. Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to what I consider a really good person. Today her channel name is Musing. If I can talk today, let me slow down. Musing Beauty. Alright, there we go. That's the channel name. I'll link the channel down in the description box below. After I get done and everything, I'll do that, and then so that way you guys can go and check out more videos and stuff like that whenever you get the chance. Trust me, it's I checked out a few of her videos, and before this one, I haven't seen this one, but I've seen a few of the other ones, other videos before. So, and yeah, I definitely think that even though I don't really watch videos dealing with makeup that much, I definitely did enjoy it. I will say that. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys think down in the comments, if you like this type of video. But yeah, I definitely think that I'm gonna have fun with this. So but yeah, let's go ahead and get into this.
But like, even some of my family keeps asking why I use a toolbox to store my makeup, and it's like I keep telling them, I'm married to a mechanic and he uses a toolbox to store his tools. So why can't I store the tools of my trade in a toolbox? Like, that doesn't make sense. It's literally what it's for. It's called a toolbox.
It's called a toolbox.
Yeah.
And it's designed for tools. Makeup is tools. Riches is tools. Toolbox.
Yeah, that's the way I see it, man. I definitely agree with what they just said, because I would have said the same thing myself. So hey, that's the way I see it, bro. If it works, then that's the way I see it. I definitely would say to go ahead and use it. Then that's the way I see it, bro. Oh yeah, one little thing. Sorry if I have a lot of glare in my glasses and stuff like that. I'm using my cell phone light, so it's kind of annoying me a bit, but hopefully it doesn't get too annoying for you guys. So but yeah, other than that, I would turn on my bigger light, but I just feel like I'd just rather use my cell phone light. So but yeah, let's go ahead and get back into this.
Hey y'all, so today I
hello.
thought I would take you through my makeup collection, and what better way to do that than to organize it out into my new toolbox. So if you haven't seen this one, I recently got upgraded. Thank you to my husband. And it's a lot bigger and it has more room, which means that I don't have to set my products on top of each other, which is amazing. But I haven't organized it out yet, and I thought that it would be a great time to sit down and take y'all through my makeup collection so that we can talk about what I have, what I'm using up because I have it, and what I like and maybe even will repurchase. And I thought that this would be a great way to do it because I do get a lot of questions. If you haven't noticed, the black thing that's been in the background of my videos, that's been a toolbox, and I just recently got upgraded. And I get a lot of questions about how I store my makeup in it and why, as well as with weird random products like little grabby products. how I store those. So I thought it would be interesting to sit down and show y'all exactly how I use a toolbox to store my makeup, as well as take you through the collection, as I already said. So let's go ahead and get started.
Okay. All right. Let's see what's in here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, just on a side note, I just want to let you guys know that a lot of this stuff that I'm probably gonna see in this video, I'm probably not gonna know what it is. So I just wanted you guys to know that, because I'm not really, I don't really use a lot of that stuff, so I'm not really gonna know what it is. I just wanted to say that really quick. So just wanted to say, but yeah, I will say that it's pretty good to have a particular thing you can use to have a lot of stuff stored in there, because it definitely can help out if you have a lot of stuff that you use. So you can have like one place to put all that stuff. So that definitely would be good. So it's definitely great to have something like this, because it could definitely come in handy. That's the way I see it, man. So I see no problem with that, to be honest. So definitely help out in the long run. That way you don't have to buy so much stuff to put your items in. You just buy that one thing and that's it.
So I want to start by explaining that the top part right here is for the grabby items. And by grabby items, I mean the weird shaped small items. The drawers I use for pallets. So in this, I have 5 of these little basket bin things, and you can get these from like Dollar Tree, Roses. They really weren't that expensive. These came from Roses and they were $1.99. So
and the way I see it, man, it doesn't get any better than that. That's the way I see it, man. So I look at it like that, man. You know, I definitely will say this. I've definitely been to Dollar Tree and Roses and places like that before, and they definitely have some good prices for certain things that you might need. That's the way I see it, man. So I definitely been there. I haven't been there much recently, but because I've been mainly going to Walmart a lot to get most of my stuff that I need. But I will say this: a lot of the stuff that you might want to get, you definitely can get there for a pretty good price. So they're definitely a great place to get stuff at.
Sit these in it like so, and I have it organized out into different sections. So one of these is just for the microfiber cloths that I use to remove my makeup. One is for sponges and brushes, and these 3 are for lippies, skincare, and face products that are just like really random face products, such as foundation, concealer, brow products, the works. So we're gonna start with skincare.
Okay. Large drawer. I keep a bin like the other is empty from our product of the week. Ooh, product of the week. That sounds interesting. These are the products I use for the whole week, so I keep that bin, my bad, with these products there, so they are easy to find and not all over my vanity. Okay. Well, that's good. Good to have, things organized. That's the way I do it, man. A lot of my stuff. So yeah, that's the way I do it. Okay, here we go. Now it's time to get into this stuff, man.
The first product I have is the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer, and this is something I've had for a little while. Really don't know how I feel about it, so I'm gonna continue using it. I'm currently using some Tatcha stuff, so I'll probably switch back to this when I finish feeling those products out and figure out what I think of those, but it's not really that bad. I just don't think with my oily skin this is the best product for me in the way of moisturizers.
Yeah.
So this is gonna go in this bin.
Yeah.
Next up, speaking of Tatcha, I've got the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I don't know what to say. I really don't know how to feel about this. One day it looks amazing on my skin, the next it doesn't. And I haven't figured out what the inconsistency is from yet. So
Yeah.
if you haven't noticed by the random hand that keeps appearing in the screen, that's my husband, who is awesome for sitting down and doing this with me and helping me through this, because honestly, if I kept moving back and forth to where all of my makeup is laid out, I'd probably break a few things. So
Wow.
this is the Tatcha Violet Sea Radiance Mask. Haven't used it yet. Don't know what I think of it. It smells funny. That's really the only comment I have from it. It smells funny.
This one smells funny too.
So this is the water cream from Tatcha as well. I've been using this a little bit, and I have to say I have another moisturizer in my collection that I like a little bit better than this, just because this leaves my skin feeling a little bit on the residuey side. I don't know if that's like what I'm pairing it with or what, so I'm going to continue using it and testing it out with different things to see if maybe there's a certain order I can do it in that will make it work better, but overall, I don't seem to be the biggest fan.
Yeah, check it.
Next up is Tatcha Luminous Dewy.
You know, in a way that does get kind of annoying when certain things like that happen, where sometimes certain things work together, but then again, sometimes it doesn't. It's just definitely odd how that is sometimes. But you know, sometimes that's the way it goes sometimes. Which, you know, then again, it's one of those things that just sometimes makes sense, sometimes doesn't make sense.
Skin Mist. This is actually kind of interesting. I've used this a couple of times as setting spray, and I don't know what I think. It does kind of leave my skin looking a...
Hold up a second, man. I kind of have to laugh a bit because there's this lady I'm subscribed to. Her name is Ready to Glare. I may, if I remember this, what I may do is I might leave a link to her channel too, just because she is pretty funny for the most part. So I will say that. But when she said setting spray, it reminded me of Ready to Glare, which is funny because the thing is, every time she talks about a particular topic and it has to deal with something that's really, really messed up, she always grabs her setting spray and kind of sprays it and stuff, kind of, you know, to kind of prepare her for, you know, the messed up stuff that's to come. So it's kind of funny. Every time I hear that, I kind of want to chuckle because I've watched so many of her videos, and it's one of those things I hear a lot, so it's funny to me, man.
A little dewy, but I don't feel like it lasts as long. If I use it under my foundation, I don't feel like I really get any effects of dewiness from it because I have oily skin, so I use matte foundation. So next up is the Origins Original Skin Cleansing Makeup Removing Jelly with Willow Herb. I've used this a couple of times, and I just don't find myself reaching for it that much, so I actually think I'm going to throw this away.
Yeah.
And we have a Glam Glow product. I really don't know how to feel about this, and I actually haven't tried it because I don't know how to feel about Glam Glow products. Like, I've heard some things about their mask, and so I'm just kind of on the fence. This was another one of those, like, sample products I got, and this is the Super Mud Clearing Treatment, and honestly, I haven't tried it. I probably should give it a try, so I'm going to keep it.
Okay.
Next up, we have the Korres Greek Yogurt Smoothie. This is a priming moisturizer.
That's kind of odd. I never knew they kind of did that Greek yogurt type of products. No, didn't know that. Well, now I know.
And I don't really like it that much, so I'm gonna go ahead and toss it. So next up we have a Hello Fab. I guess that's the brand. Ginger and Turmeric Vitamin C Jelly Mask. Haven't used it yet, so I'm going to hold on to it.
Okay.
We've got a couple more products. As always, you should always have some form of SPF in your routine. And what I use is the Neutrogena Sensitive Skin Sunscreen, broad spectrum
Now,
in 60 plus.
now Neutrogena, god damn it, I can't talk, but Neutrogena, I definitely heard of that before, because I've seen back when I was still in school, we had a satellite and stuff like that, satellite TV, and I used to see commercials for that shit all the time, bro, like no joke, like every time, like, well, I would say a lot of times, I wouldn't say every time, but a lot of times, I've definitely seen a good amount of those commercials, and man, I'm telling you, it was just, then pretty much every time you picked a channel, there was a chance that shit would pop up somewhere. And I'm telling you, that shit was everywhere, man. It's crazy.
I have sensitive skin, so this is really good for me. I actually like the way it looks under my foundation. It doesn't like make my foundation cakey or anything. So, boom. Last but not least, we have my favorite moisturizer, and this is a Glam & Glow product as well. This is the Water Burst, and I actually think I might repurchase this or purchase the full size because I really like this and it smells nice. And that's always a plus.
Yeah, that's the way I see it, man. So, hey, that's the way I see it. Why do I feel like I've heard of Glam Glow? Why do I feel like I've heard of that brand before? I might have. Just want to let you guys know that I don't have the best of memory, so sometimes I may remember stuff and sometimes I may not. So, but I will say this: it sounds familiar, though. It sounds very familiar.
So next up, we're getting into like the random makeup stuff. So this is just going to be a lot of face products, cheek products, those types of things that aren't necessarily in the palette section.
Okay.
First up, we have a palette. Now, I know I said this isn't exactly in the palette section, but the thing is, this is broke. So I just kind of leave it in the grabby section. This is the Naked Skin Shapeshifter from Urban Decay. And I actually really like this, but it's also in my project pan. And I'm hoping to pan this right here.
Yeah.
So this is going to go in this little thing.
Now, I've heard of palettes before because I've seen a lot of women use them, so I've definitely heard of that before. So that's two things so far that I've heard of before.
Next up, we have some concealers. So first up, we have the Fenty concealer. I just got this. So far, I really like it. I have to say, out of all of the concealers that I've tried, which I will say mostly drugstore, but out of all of the concealers I've tried, I really like this one. We also have another Fenty concealer. This is the Nude Sticks. I think that's what they were called. Matchstick. And it's in the shade Bamboo. I appreciate this, but I use it more as foundation because it's really not much of a concealer. So next up, we have the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. If you don't know, I love this. And I use the white one because it's really good for cutting the crease, especially if you're doing a look like today, because you get that nice white base without having to use any kind of product like shadow to make it white. It looks really white, and any color that you put on top of it looks really bright.
So, yeah, that's different.
Next up, we have my Fenty foundation. I am not going to try anything new. I found what I like, and if something comes out that seems revolutionary, I may try it, but right now, nothing else has my interest, so of course we're holding on to this.
Now, I have a question. If any of you guys know, I feel like I might have heard of Fenty too. I feel like I may have heard of that. If any of you guys use makeup, just let me know. Let me know who made that, because I feel like I might have heard of it, but I'm not 100% sure. So
I have my Pacifica Coconut Duo blush thing, and it's pretty good. I actually I believe I included this in my project pan for this year as well, because I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So I just kind of want to see how much of it I can use up and move on from. Next up is the trusted original formula Airspun. So this is the Cody Airspun face powder, and I love this stuff. This is what I use every day. I do not differ unless I'm trying to use up another product, like one of the other powders that we have. But I enjoy this so much, and it's so cheap, and that is so amazing. And I just feel like it needs to really be said, and it should have its moment. So let's just give it a moment.
Yeah.
This stuff is amazing.
That's the way it is.
And the powder. So we have a Cover FX powder, and this was like a trial size type of situation. And I got it because I was looking for a good face powder, and I hadn't tried the original formula yet. And really, I don't love this, but I don't hate it. So it's in my project pan. I'm hoping to use it up and be able to move on from it and not feel guilty.
Yeah. That's always how I see it.
So next up, we have a ColourPop Single Shadow. Why is this in this pal instead of in a palette? Well, I use this as a highlighter. So this is the shade Now and Zen, I believe. And I absolutely love this color as a highlighter. I really don't use it on the eyes much, so I put it back in its little container, and I have it in here so that when I'm grabbing my makeup for the day, I have it right there to grab versus grabbing a whole palette just for one color.
Which I can see, man. Sometimes that's what I do, man. With some of my stuff, like, if, like, that's what I do, because normally when I, like I stream on Twitch, and I play, like, a lot of different games. So, what I do is, instead of having to, because normally what I do is I take my controllers, and I'll put those in my book bag, and just put them in there for the night, and then take it back out when I'm ready to use it. But instead, what I've started doing now is, instead of doing that, I take the controller and I just keep it plugged up to the Xbox One. That way I won't have to keep going to my book bag to grab it. So that way it already will be right there, so that way I can just go and just grab it and not have to, not have to take so long to grab it, waste time grabbing and all that stuff. So that way I can just go ahead and jump into the game and not have to waste your time.
So we also have the ColourPop I Like You Super Shock Shadow in Ultra Glitter. I haven't actually tried this yet, so I don't know what to think of it. I've swatched it once, but I really want to try it soon. I completely forgot I had this.
Yeah, sometimes that happens with certain
and
things.
The ColourPop Felicity Super Shock Cheek Glitter. This is also in my project pan, and I think this is going to be one of the harder projects. I think I want to like baby pan this. I have it all wrote down, and it's so much easier to remember when you're looking at it. But I want to like baby pan this because it's a lot of product here, and I just could see it going bad before I could use it up. So I really want to baby pan it, see how much I can use it, how much use I can get from it. It's kind of more of like a highlighter topper for me, and I go in with it kind of light. So this is going to be one of the harder things in my project pan for this year.
Yeah.
So next up we have hand sanitizer. Why do I include this? Because every day when I go to do my makeup, I do use hand sanitizer to make sure that my hands are clean before I start messing with my face.
Yeah. Which is a good thing to do, because you don't want to have dirty hands while you're messing with your eyes and you're messing with your lips and stuff like that too, because you don't want to get sick. So that's definitely a good thing to do, man.
And we also have the sumptuous Extreme Waterproof Mascara from Estee Lauder. Honestly, I've struggled to find a mascara that I like, and this works pretty well. So for now, I'm going to use it up. I may try a new mascara after this one. I really don't know. I'm like not the most impressed with it, but it works better than what I had been using. So
yeah.
Alright, so I think I'm going to throw this away. And this is the Rimmel London 24-hour color precise eyeliner, whatever. It's okay. I mean, but that's just not that opaque and it's not that white. And if I want a white eyeliner, I want it to be white. And this is just something that I would have to work with and build up to get into a white. And if you go over a shadow, it kind of picks the shadow up. So tossing it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it to write on those.
Okay.
That's the way.
Next up is the Urban Decay Quick Fix, and this is something that I often use before I start doing my makeup as a little bit of a primer, and I really like it. I may repurchase this. Not really sure because I do have a couple of other primers I'm trying out, but I do really like this, and it's a little low.
Yeah.
As always, we have some Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. Why? Because this is my favorite setting spray in the world.
Be testing some new ones soon. Okay, let's go.
But I'm actually going to leave this on my table where it's a little bit easier to get to, and I don't know where the top for it is. And we also have the NYX Taman frame. Now, the reason I put this in here is because sometimes when I do my brows, I just use a shadow, so I don't always use a brow product. Therefore, it's no need in having it on my vanity. However, I do use this a lot. It is in my project pan for this year because I really want to use it up, and it's not my favorite brow product in the world, and I hope that after I use this up, I try something new that I find that I like. This just goes hard quick, and that's my issue with it more than anything.
Yeah, that definitely could be a problem.
My beloved NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. I can say that so amazingly, which is hilarious because if you were here the first time I tried to film a video with this, you would realize that I messed it up probably about 20 times, as my husband realizes, and I'm sure he's making a face at me right now. I have used this and said this so many times, I could probably say this in my sleep. I really like it. There's nothing else to say about it. I use the heck out of it, and if you watch my Take Me Back to Brazil palette review, which I did today, and that's this look right here, you'll hear me talk about this quite a bit and why I love it so much.
Okay.
And my NYX Glitter Glue. I know, a lot of NYX products, but I like NYX. This is really great. This is glitter primer. I know it's not called glitter glue, but that's what everybody calls it, okay? So this is the NYX Glitter Primer Base Brilliance. And I really like this because anytime you do a cut crease and you put any kind of shimmer on the lid, if you have slightly hooded eyes, which I do, you'll notice that the shimmer tries to travel. And this just really helps to correct that problem, so I reach for this almost every day.
Oh, okay.
And we have the NARS Orgasm Blush. This
Is that what it's actually called? Because if it is, that's fucking hilarious. That's fucking hilarious. But you know, this whole time I've been actually learning a few new things because, like I said before, like a lot of this stuff I don't know about. So it's definitely, I guess, in a way, good. It's somewhat good to learn new stuff, even though you may not really use that particular stuff. It's good to I guess to know about it to some degree. So I've definitely a lot of stuff I definitely didn't know about. So
this is a mini that I got for like one of the samples, like one of the birthday gifts at Ulta or something, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of more of a blush topper to me, and again, it's in my project pan, so we're gonna hold on to it. So we also have the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow. I'm throwing this away. Why? Because I've had it for a little over a year and it's pretty much dried out and completely difficult to use. I don't think I use glitters enough to justify owning a product like this, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now this is the blush trio, and the reason I put this here is because it's just kind of small, so it's easier to have it in like this grabby section than having it in like a drawer. But this is Cocktail Party. It has Vegas, Scorching, and Babe, and I recently got it at Marshall's. I like it. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. It's a blush. It's really pigmented blush, so if you own this and you haven't used it yet, go in light-handed. Trust me. So
Yeah.
before we get into the lippies, we're going to do palettes. I'm going to start with a sentimental one, the Too Faced Sweet Peach. I have had this for a while, and I love it, and I will hold on to it forever, even though I actually don't like the formula, and I'm not the biggest fan of the colors. Now, if you love this palette, don't be harsh on me. This just isn't my color story. I don't do... I'm wearing a rainbow look, if that doesn't help to signify the type of stuff that I do. I just don't do neutral stuff enough, and I'm not the biggest fan of Too Faced shadows, but I got this for my wedding. It was my palette to use for my wedding, and because of that, I will hold on to it forever. So that's going to go in this top drawer right here.
Which I can see.
Next.
Because there's a lot of stuff that I have that I definitely feel the same way about. So yeah, I could definitely understand that, bro.
Next up, we have the Tarte Be a Mermaid Make Waves. If you've caught a video on my channel, you may have heard me mention this palette probably 100 times, and that's because I absolutely despise it, but I hold on to it because it was a lot of money, and it has pretty packaging, and I actually included this in my project pan for this year. By the way, there's a link down below. You can check my project pan out. I just want to use at least the shades that I think are interesting and pan at least the shades I think are interesting. That's like 3 or 4 of the shadows, honestly. Because all of the other ones, everyone has in their collection 5 times over, which is my main problem with this palette. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of Tarte shadows. Like, they're just not as impressive as what a lot of people have been coming out with. So I'm actually going to go ahead and open up the drawer down here. It's really long. And I'm going to put this in the back of it and close that up. Okay, so here's an interesting palette. We have the ABH Aurora Glow palette. I love this. That's just pretty. I like highlighters. I'm really into like a beaming highlight, like softly beaming, if that's a thing. I want it to be bold, but I also want it to be like not looking like I just took glitter on my face. So I love this palette because it does that. It has some interesting shades as well, which is really nice because for a long time I've been using like ColourPop single shadows as colorful highlight, and this kind of takes away my need to ruin my shadows. So that's going to go in this top drawer with the Too Faced palette right here. And we have the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Iconic Neutrals 2. I also want to pan some shadows in this year. I am back and forth with how I feel in this palette because it's really easy to use, it's really blendable, but they're not the most pigmented and they don't last all that long on the face. So I feel like if you're learning and you want something that you can learn with but maybe won't last very long or you can wash off really easy, this is definitely it. And it's not that expensive either.
Yeah, well,
so this is going to go in that bottom drawer as well. And it's actually not the bottom drawer, it's just the one right before the bottom. It's the first really long one. So next up we have Galaxy Chic from BH Cosmetics, and this is going to go in that same drawer. And I don't have much to say on it. I really enjoy their baked shimmers, and this palette in particular.
You know, just to be kind of funny, I may like when I'm editing this video, what I may do is I'm probably gonna add you know the wrestler, what was his name? Wasn't it like the Great Sheik or something like that? But I'll have just to be funny, I'll have a picture of him pop up just because it's kind of funny to me. At least to me it'd be funny. So I'm probably gonna do that at this part once I'm editing and all that stuff.
It has really pretty colors. And we also have Supernova from BH, which is similar to Galaxy Chic. It's just baked shimmers, and this one's a little more muted, but I kind of like that, and I find myself reaching into it actually fairly often, so I'm going to hold on to it as well. The Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I love this
Soft
palette.
glam.
I used it in my first video back on this channel after a long break, and as you can tell, it's been loved on
Yeah.
fairly well.
Yeah.
And
So
I
it.
don't know, this will be a staple in my collection, I think, forever. So that's going to go in the top drawer as well. And next up, BH Studio Pro. So this is a contour
Okay.
palette, and I recently got this when buying a bunch of brushes because I needed to make my total of...
And that's definitely something I've definitely heard of too, contour palettes. I've heard of that. I've heard certain terms here and there. I don't know a lot of the stuff, but I know some of it. So I've definitely heard a few things here and there.
A little bit more for free shipping, and I had wanted some more contour products since all I had was the Hoola Benefit Bronzer. And so I felt like this would be a really good place to start and kind of play with different shades and tones. And I also feel like this would be really fun for eyeshadow, like a neutral look, neutral look, but you know, great for multi-purpose. That's gonna go in that bottom drawer as well. And we have...
The way I see it, yeah, that's definitely good. Like I love, in my opinion, I love stuff that's definitely multi-purpose. That's definitely something I enjoy a lot with certain things. So those are definitely products to have. Those are definitely useful, depending on what it is. It depends on what it is, and those definitely can be really helpful. So yeah.
Subculture. Now this is a palette that I actually wanted when it first came out quite a bit. Oh, look how pretty she is. It's just a really interesting color story, and it calls to me because it's kind of grungy, and I love that kind of stuff. And I really like the color story, but I was nervous to buy this because everyone seemed to either really hate it or really love it. And it's kind of funny because everyone now really loves it. But people didn't like this that much. It was a little difficult to work with. Some of the shadows were really powdery. I find that with a lot of ABH shadows anyways. And I kind of saw it at Marshall's. It was like $24, and I was like, you know what? Because I feel confident that you can make this palette work, which is something that I didn't feel when it first came out. So I just couldn't pull myself together to buy the palette when I didn't think I'd be able to actually use it successfully. So I got it now, and I'm really happy with it. I've done several looks with it that I really love, and this color in particular is my absolute favorite, along with Cube. Yeah. This is gonna go in that top drawer right there, and I'm gonna save a little bit of room through here. I could totally put another palette about the size of Subculture or whatever right through here.
To me, when I'm looking at the palettes, in a way, I don't know if it's just me, but they kind of almost look like little mini books. That could be just me, but that's whenever I look at them now, I look at them like the little mini books, which is something kind of funny. Probably not to a lot of people, but to me it kind of is somewhat.
Next up is the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. I'm not going to talk too much about this one other than I like it, but I have an entire review of this coming really soon, and like I said, I filmed it today, so I know it's coming soon, and I did this eye look with that video, so stay tuned. Okay. This is also going to go in that bottom drawer, and I think I'm going to arrange the bottom drawer a little bit differently, but we'll get to that later. So we have a ColourPop palette, and no, it's not one you can go out and buy unless you buy a bunch of single shadows. So this is my rainbow palette from ColourPop, and honestly, this is one of my favorite things ever. One, I pick the colors and put them together, and that feels very special. Two, really
very, very unique. Yeah, I will say that, man. So, yeah, that's definitely something you don't really get too often, to where you can kind of pick certain things that you particularly like and put them together. You only get like certain things you can do that with. So, whenever you can do it, it definitely feels pretty good. I will say that.
Pretty, really bright colors, and 3, they're actually really easy to blend. And there's already shadows in here that I can tell I'll probably hit pan on decently soon. So this is going to go in the second drawer right here. And the reason that those palettes went up there is because it's just a little bit easy access into these. And then the lower palette, the lower drawer is a little bit harder to reach into. So I kind of keep the ready to go, the palettes I grab often right here.
Oh, okay.
And we also have my other palette with ColourPop, and this is another single shadow palette, and it also includes a blush that I hope to pan this year. I really like that blush and I use it a lot, but there's a lot of product there. All I'm hoping for is baby pan. This is kind of like a pinky purple palette, and I don't know how that happened because it wasn't intended, but I will say when you're ordering shadows from ColourPop, online can be a little deceiving versus what you get in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely have seen that a lot. Like, I've definitely seen a good amount of videos on YouTube where a lot of people have tried to order certain, items offline from, like, whether it be like certain different websites and stuff, and then when they actually get the product, it's like completely different than what it looks like. So yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of that, man.
So I ended up with more shadows that were similar to each other than what I necessarily wanted, but it's all good.
Yeah.
This is going to go in the same drawer. And I'm actually going to pull out my Take Me Back to Brazil palette and put it in the drawer with these palettes because I reach for it just as much as I reach for my ColourPop shadows. So I might as well keep it right there with them,
Yeah.
So that's going to finish up that drawer, and we have one palette left, and that is Zodiac Love Signs. By the way,
Okay.
I do still have the other Zodiac palette. It's just not in this area. But Zodiac Love Signs, don't know how I feel about it. I've tried it once. It was okay. I still need to play with this some. So we're going to hold on to it and go ahead and put that in that bottom drawer as well. So last up, we have lippies.
Okay.
And by the way, if you were wondering, I'm doing all of this and not showing you any tools. That's because I have so many brush sets sitting in front of me that if I started to actually go through all of the brush sets, this video would probably be an hour long on just the brush sets. So what I've decided to do is do a completely separate video for all of my tools and go through what I like, what I don't like, and just kind of talk about it like that. So first up, we have the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick in Stepping Out. If you are not new to my Instagram, you know that this is one of my favorite shades because I wear it all the time, including today.
Okay.
Okie dokie, so we have Mademoiselle. This is a Fenty lipstick, and it's in the shade Griselda.
Okay.
And I actually hope to pan one of these this year, and by that I mean use it up. It's a mini. There's not that much product, so I think that I can definitely do it. And I'm hoping that it'll make me reach for some different lipsticks because I do reach for that one lipstick like all the time. So I'm hoping that this will help me spice things up.
Yeah, I can see, man. Yeah.
We also have the Fenty Mademoiselle in Spanked. And this is a really pretty orange. It's like a ready orange, so it's just, it's one of the prettiest lip shades I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Give me all of them. Next up, I have 4 lip glosses from Beauty Bar. If you saw my entire, Christmas thing, you'll see that I don't know the name of these because it did not come with any kind of name. I'm gonna hold on to them because I haven't tried them, and they're like lip glosses, and I don't wear lip glosses that often, so maybe this will make me reach for something a little different.
Yeah.
Mac. I can officially call myself a beauty enthusiast. And by beauty enthusiast, I meant makeup enthusiast. Because I own a MAC Bullet lipstick. So this is the shade Flat Out Fabulous. It's just kind of a pinky shade. I don't know.
Mm.
I'm gonna hold on to it. I doubt I reach for this very much, but it does kind of have that serve its purpose type of a vibe to it, so we'll see.
Mm.
And another.
It'll come in, that's the way I see it. It definitely will come in handy at some point, so hey, that's the way I see it. Like, it may not be anytime soon, but it definitely will be useful at some point in time. That's how I look at it.
Bullet lipstick. So this is the shade Kinda Sexy, and I actually really like this one. I've used it quite a bit. It's a little light for what I like, but it works.
Yeah.
Last but not least in the bullet lipstick section is a pretty red, because you cannot have a lipstick and not have a red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if that made sense, but if I was gonna have MAC bullet lipsticks.
Yeah, I definitely get what you mean, because, yeah, it's definitely an iconic color, man, especially for lipstick. So, yeah, I definitely get what you mean on that, because, you know, it's just I don't know, it's just one of those things that I see a lot of chicks use. So, yeah, I definitely can agree with you on that, man.
I was gonna have a red, because red is the most classic lipstick color. Might not be the most MAC classic, but it's the most classic, okay? So this is Russian red, and I really like it. I've used it a couple of times. Very nice color. Not my favorite red, but it's nice. We also have a ColourPop lippy, and I actually... This is like so heartwarming, because I ordered something and it came like a week after I ordered it, and they apparently thought that that was late, and they gave me this for free, and that was just really sweet. So this is the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Charming. Never used it. It's kind of glittery. And
you know, the way I see it, man, is if you know, if I definitely get something free, hell yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that. That's the way I see it, man. Yeah, I definitely will take it. It depends on what it is, though. But if it's something I know I definitely would use, yeah, I definitely could see taking it. You know, to be honest, man.
And that's kind of scary. All right, so liquid catsuit, because if you didn't know, these are one of the best lipsticks for a cheap amount. Like drugstore lipstick, one of my favorite formulas. Very like dry, not like feeling dry, but just like very matte. This is the shade Goth Topic, and I love this. Anytime I do a darker look, I reach for this like crazy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I tried this once, and I was scared, because when I got it, I didn't pay attention to it. This is from Ulta, and I was like, oh, Ulta products. I haven't really tried a lot of Ulta products. Let me get this lip plumping transforming top coat. I thought it was just a gloss. I put it on, my lips started burning. I got really concerned. It was an entire thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it. So we have another Smashbox, and this is an always on in the shade Man-Eater.
Man-Eater.
I mean, I guess it would be the color of blood. But it's a red, and it's glittery, and that's fun for holidays.
Yeah.
My husband.
Especially Halloween. I will say that, man.
It's giving me a weird look. This is the NYX lip cream, and if you're an OG Instagram follower, you know the name of this already. And that's Rome. Why? Because for the longest time, it was the only lipstick I owned. And also the only one I used, because it was the only one I owned. And I loved it dearly. And I still use it a lot. This is one of my favorite formulas for lipstick, hands down. It just doesn't last quite as long as Stepping Out, which is why I gravitate towards that one a lot now. We have the BH Cosmetics Liquid Linen and Jacqueline. I like this color a lot.
Now, I'm just saying, if any of you watch Key and Peele, if I can, I may try to add a clip of that too. But that shit's funny. Every time I hear the name Jacqueline, I think Jake Quallen. That shit is hilarious. Like, even that clip. I think that to be honest, I think that video was like what, like 3, 4 years ago, but it's still funny as hell to me personally. I mean, I know certain people wouldn't find it funny, but for me personally, I definitely find it pretty funny.
Jay Quellen. Where's Jay Quellen at? No Jay Quellen here?
Kind of surprised because this is what it looks like in the tube, but let me just swatch it for you because it turned out to be more my thing than I thought it would be, because that to me is just darker than you'd expect, you know? Maybe not. I don't know. Am I losing my mind?
Maybe, like.
And another liquid catsuit, but this time.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you're talking about. Like, it looked, yeah, I can see it. Like, it looked a little bit darker than what it was in the bottle.
We're talking so noir cool because it's black.
Yeah.
I really like this, especially for like artistic looks. I do use this every now and then for like drawing on the face, but also just for a black lipstick, because every now and then you need a black lipstick. Okay.
Okay.
Also, I think that black lipstick is really pretty. Just putting that out there. I do also have this soft matte lip cream in... Oh! I'm sitting here trying to look on the side because normally that's where I would read it, but it's Monte Carlo, and I'm going to get rid of this because it's a little on the old side, and I just don't wear it because I have enough other reds. So this is gone. Next up is Sugar Dream Advanced Therapy. Really like this. This is from the brand Fresh, and I love it. It's a chapstick, and it works amazingly.
Chapstick, good know.
We're getting to some of my favorite lippies ever. This is lipstick in Color Queen, which is the collaboration with X Sparkage, aka Leisha. One of my favorite colors, so wearable. I mean, it is a gorgeous color. My husband didn't even think it was going to be as wearable as it was. He was like, I don't know, that color's kind of, out there. But that is gorgeous. It is stunning. And these last a really long time, and they're only like $9.
Yeah, I'll definitely take your word for it.
And we have one more, and this is MAC. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's MAACH. My favorite red of all time. This is why I've gotten rid of most of the reds, because this outdoes all of them. This is my red shade. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. If you don't, let me explain. Everyone has that red that is their dream color. It is the color that they look for when they look for a red lipstick. They have it in their head that they want this specific shade. And for different people, it's different shades. And for me, this was it. This is the perfect red.
Hot dog, I did good.
Yeah, he did pick it out. He actually surprised me with this one because I liked it and I put it back, and then I was like, I just want the Color Queen. That's the only one I care about. And he put this out there, and when we checked out, I was like, wait a minute. That is my entire collection. I am so happy because it is so much smaller than what it used to be. Don't get me wrong, I'm sitting in front of a table full of brushes, which is amazing. You need brushes in your life, and I also have an order coming my way, so maybe I should have waited and included that in this, but oh well. It's just face paints from CC Beauty if you're interested, and I haven't tried them out yet, so I can't tell you if they're good, but I am so happy with myself. A lot of these items are in my project pan. I am doing 19 and 19, but I'm kind of structuring it to what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not like, oh, I need to completely use up this product for every product. Some of them are just baby pans, and some of them I do want to completely use up, and I'm just really excited to see how much I have done good at not buying everything I see, but also
Yeah.
keeping the products that are expired out of my collection, get rid of stuff that I don't like and I know I'm not going to reach for, and even giving some of it away. Like the eyeliner, I'm not going to give that away. That's a product that I don't like and it's not sanitary to give.
You know, that's the way I see it, man, because there's a lot of times when I go to Walmart and there's a lot of things that I tend to see and I'm like, man, I definitely want to get it, but at the moment I don't really have the money for it, so I just have to wait for another time to get it. So I definitely have to try to, and when I do have money, I have to try to, make sure I get what I need first, and then try to get what I want some other time. So I definitely been there, bro.
Away, so I'm not going to do that. But otherwise, I've done really good at narrowing down my collection to things that I enjoy using, things that I haven't gotten a chance to try, and things that even though they're a once in a blue moon reach, I still do reach for them. Enough to justify keeping them. So I don't know if this is considered a large collection to you, if it's a small collection, but for me, it's a happy little collection and I'm really happy with it. I really enjoy keeping my makeup in a toolbox because it is movable. It's on wheels. I can pull it around and move it throughout wherever I need it or get it out of the way when I'm doing something, which is really nice, but it also keeps all of my makeup nice and protected. And keeping it in the bedroom does help keep it from molding because anything like shadow palettes, if they get moisture, they can mold. So I really like this because it helps to prevent a lot of that stuff. And I don't know, it's just really nice. I enjoy it. Also, if you didn't notice, I do have pictures of me and my hubby and my dog. Just as a little decoration. I don't know. It's fun. I did this on my last one too, but I never leave the doors open unless I'm just doing my makeup for me. So you never get to see it. But yeah. Me, my hubby, and my oldest dog. Make sure if you like this video to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and turn on those notifications. But more than anything, if you saw something in this video today that you want to see me review, let me know because I want to review everything at some point. I enjoy doing reviews and talking about the products that I like, the issues that I've had with them, the issues that I have with products I don't like, obviously. And just kind of giving y'all the chance to be a smart consumer. I think reviews are really helpful for making decisions about purchases to buy. So I really like doing them. And because of that, it makes me want to review everything. And with that being said, I know that I can't review all of it in a quick time period. So when you comment and you let me know what you want me to review, it helps me know what to focus on and what to get first, what to do first. So I will see y'all next time. Bye.
That's the way I see it, man. But yeah, there we go. It definitely was interesting because some of the things I've never heard of before, so it's definitely interesting to learn about that, the specific ones and everything. So yeah, I definitely hope you guys enjoyed. But yeah, go subscribe to the channel, leave her a like, and I'll leave her channel in the description, and that way you guys can go over there and subscribe and all that stuff if you're interested in makeup and all that type of stuff. So yeah, y'all definitely can go ahead over there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys at least some fun. And I hope you enjoyed seeing her collection of makeup and everything. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. I might do. I'll have to see. I'm definitely going to try to do more of these if I get the time. But I just got to see when I can do them. So I'll definitely do what I can when I have the time. So I just want to let you guys know if it seems like I haven't uploaded in a while, it's just that I have been doing a lot of other things at the moment, so just have some other stuff to do. So for the time being, and then I'll eventually come back to do it. So, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I definitely will definitely will see you guys in the next video I do, next reaction I do. Just gotta figure out when that may be, but alright, peace.
When it rains, the fake ones won't pop out like they umbrella broke. Keep on digging, cause if you don't, my nigga, you'll never know. Don't give up on your dreams, listen to your heart like a stethoscope.